Spirit Halloween has released 4 demos of their new 2025 animatronic lineup. Let's take a look at it. So Spirit teased to us yesterday that they will be dropping something in the next 24 hours, but turns out it came out a bit earlier than I think Spirit expected. Either someone leaked it or one of the workers accidentally released it early. We got 4 demos of Mutant Sewer Rats, Two-Faced Teddy, Electrified Corpse, and Owl Beast / Night Owl. But my goodness guys, what we've got is peak gold. I am absolutely obsessed with what we are getting for the subway this year. Everything looks sleek, everything looks creepy, and we're getting quite a few Valak and Nun leaks as well. And also yesterday, pretty much the whole lineup got leaked because there was an image which showed an ISC piece with every single animatronic on it and their names. Now it was a bit blurry, but we can make out kind of like their silhouettes. And oh my goodness, we are in for a treat this year guys. I'm just so obsessed with what we've got. Mutant Sewer Rat will look amazing in the subway theme, as it's meant to be based off New York City. And as New Yorkers know, I'm not a fellow New Yorkan, but it is infested with rats and subways. And also, it doesn't have to be New York to have rats and subways. I'm just saying that because they usually have the most amount of rats. And then Two-Faced Teddy, I mean, he's pretty cool. He's a budget animatronic. He's the budget animatronic this year. Last year we got, I think, the Night Stalker or something along the lines of that. Last year was the budget animatronic. I can't really remember his name. He wasn't really a rememberable prop, but he's actually coming back this year, as we see in the giant image we got of the ISC piece which had all the animatronics on it. He's pretty cool. He's definitely not a Teddy. I don't know why they called him Two-Faced Teddy. Maybe like his name's Teddy, but he's like a clown called Teddy. I don't know. But I think he's pretty cool. Maybe it was a name error, but I highly doubt the error so many times, especially in the trailers as well. If you have a good eye and you remember Spirit Halloween 2023 very well, you will realise that his face is the exact same as Poor George from Spirit Halloween 2023. Now you can really tell he's a budget animatronic due for that obvious reason. He literally has Poor George's face. But I mean, it matches him, so I don't really mind. And it's just, they've changed up the colours and changed his hair. Like, they've not changed anything else. It's literally Poor George, which I find kind of funny. Like, Poor George, if he found his legs, which maybe that's the story behind him. I highly doubt it, but that would be pretty cool if it was. But I think he's a neat animatronic. He's a budget animatronic. When I go to America this year, I might pick him up. I'm not too sure if he's there. I'm feeling desperate. Maybe he's on clearance, which I don't see any reason why he would be. I might pick him up, but I've got my eye out for Sinister Strawman and just any other animatronic there. Because personally, I'm not a big Two-Faced Teddy guy. I don't know about you, maybe you are, but personally, Two-Faced Teddy isn't really cutting it for me. But he is a pretty neat animatronic, don't get me wrong. Okay, the next animatronic is Electrified Corpse. He is a Flashback Friday from Spirit Halloween 2016, I think. I don't really know much on him. I do remember seeing his demo when he first released back in, I think, 2017. I don't really know. I'm glad he returned. I think he'll look amazing in the subway. Maybe they'll do what they did in 2016 with the hotel. They put him in like a elevator shaft, like an empty elevator shaft. They put a bunch of wires and it looked like he's getting electrified by the elevator, which I think is pretty neat. I feel like he'll have some sort of correlation to that in the theme. Maybe he'll be hung up in the corner of the subway, maybe like a piece of the subway where it's all crashed and there's wires everywhere. I feel like he'd fit in pretty nice there, but I don't know really where else they could put him. Also, he's a hanging prop, so we're gonna have to put him on some sort of roof, so maybe he won't be in as much stores, but I don't know, we'll just have to see. I'm just so hyped for the ISC. Okay, our final animatronic is the Night Owl. Now, he's not my style of animatronics. People are pretty hyped for him. Don't get me wrong, I think he's amazing. I like his concept. He just looks a bit too plasticky or something for me, and I'm not just really into like the animal type animatronics, but I am excited to see the monkey animatronic this year, Monkey Business. But other than that, I don't really like him. He's not bad, he's just not my favorite. And he reminds me of that one animatronic from Spirit Halloween 2018, which I feel like would have looked better in Spirit Halloween 2019, but whatever. It's just, he's got the same movement, except he's on a hanging prop and he's actually a standing prop. But if Night Owl or Owl Beast or whatever his name is, he has quite a few names, is like maybe 6 feet, not 6 feet, like 5 feet, 4 feet tall, I feel like he would be really cool. Like with long giant wings, which kind of remind me of Desmodus, but I think he's amazing. And he's not my cup of tea, but he would look really good in a few graveyard haunts, haunted house haunts, just most haunts in general, because he's like a simple yet cool animatronic, which he doesn't really have a theme, so he could kind of go everywhere, except a subway. I don't know why they're putting him in a subway. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. As I am editing this, the Non's Valak video just released, so I'm probably gonna have to make a separate video on her. But thank you so much for spending your time watching this video today. This is your favorite plague doctor, the Hooded Plague, signing out.